Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm here at my desk, as you know, you recognize it, I'm sure. I want to do a card reading on the full moon that is occurring tomorrow, the 20th, at 29 degrees of Pisces. Of course, the sun is at 29 degrees of Virgo. Full moons are points of awareness, the halfway point of the lunation cycle, and that lunation cycle, of course, began with that very powerful full moon in the sign of Virgo. I think it was 15 degrees of Virgo, if I remember correctly. And there were 3 grand trines in that, along with an inconjunct, and this full moon has 3 T-squares, and a... Does it also have an inconjunct? No, square, I think. Yes, square between Pluto and Mercury. So let's take a look at what is up for this full moon. What is it that we need to be aware of? What is going to be made clear, if anything? Hopefully something will be made clear in the light of the moon. So let's take a look. I am actually using my Illuminated Earth Oracle deck, which is not a tarot deck. So this will be interesting. It doesn't like have, you don't read it the same way because the symbols are different. Let's see what we have here. Almost feel ready for this. Okay, the immediate environment. Structure. So we have the structure of life, the structure of things, the structure of our lives, the structure of our minds, crossed by the cosmos, the bigger cosmos, the picture. As above, so below. And so we find ourselves in all of this change and all of this sense of tumult. Well, that aligns with all, right? It's not just us here experiencing this on planet Earth, but on all levels and within the cosmos itself. So this simply is a time of great change and evolution. And our structures are being shook by it. What's at the root is connection, And so what this says to me is that connections that we make with each other and connections that we make within our own selves, connected to our higher vibrational selves, that's really what this is all about, making those connections. In the past, we have childhood. So there was an innocence to the past. There was perhaps looking at things maybe not seriously. Now, is that good or is that bad, right? If we want to enter the kingdom of heaven, we must become like the child. In the sky, we have the mystery. So these cards are not telling us what it's still mysterious. It's for us to discover. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The moon. Of course, the full moon, right? Now, interestingly enough, the moon card, and let me try to get it so you can actually see it. And I apologize for this. Let's see. I know there's a point where you can actually appreciate this card. Here we go. So this is a full moon. And the moon card in the tarot, although this is not a tarot deck, is associated with the sign of Pisces, right? So this is really about a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. And also, I think to a certain extent, a lot of grief will come out. A lot of This is going to be a very, very emotional moon, like a overwhelming sense, perhaps, of feelings and emotions coming through this moon. How it's seen from the outside. When I do this, in the case of this reading, this feels like outside of our dimensional frequency. It's barnacles, right? So the thing is here is barnacles. Is like, what is it that is holding you back? What is it? Perhaps this is the bigger picture yet. What are those things that hold you back? What are those things that you refuse to let go of that just bring sadness and not being able to let go and not being able to be in the joy of life? What are those things? Let's see the domestic situation. We have resilience. Resilience. So we are going to make it through this for sure. And you know, charity begins at home. Resilience begins at home. We're going to make it through this. Hopes and fears meander. This is the meandering path. The path that the sun is here. You see the sun going through the middle. This is the middle path. This is the temperance. This is the vibration of when you go straight up the middle path. That is the vibration of the month and the yearly vibration together. And then the outcome is the gifts. Gifts. So there are gifts to be had on the other side of this. And underneath, we have reflection, accomplishment, which is kind of the magician card in this deck, and stillness. Stillness. A time of reflecting and on our accomplishments, reflecting what we want to continue to manifest in our lives. And then we have epiphany. And that will be found in the stillness within our own heart, I think. Methinks. So what this is telling me is that this full moon is going to be very powerful and very potent. Within the full moon, there's plenty of actions that we can take. The actions need to be heart-centered. The actions need to be emotionally mature. The actions need to be useful. And knowing that we are connected, and the sooner that we get out of this argumentativeness that we find ourselves into, and just be in the stillness and step back from it all and listen to the song that your heart is singing. What is it that brings you joy? What is it that makes you feel peace? Those are the things that you are going to have to connect to in order to navigate this. And if we do that, we will certainly navigate it well. Go with the flow, guys. We don't have an option, quite frankly. All right, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Like and subscribe, and many blessings to you. And we'll see what happens, right? We'll just watch this space and be within this space and experience this space together. Take care.